Hi, I'm Christopher Cooper. I'm an up-and-coming gospel artist in the DMV area, and I'm currently working on my next single entitled Let Us Break Bread Together. I'm so excited to be able to share this song with you, and I know that it's going to truly bless you. I would definitely say my parents got me into music. All of their children were involved in music in some way, shape, or form. Piano, voice. My father played the saxophone, my mother sang, so it was only right for me to fall into music somehow. When I was young, I used to participate in church programs, and I used to sing in the church choir. Then grew up into middle school, high school, was in the show choir, the band, the orchestra. I did it all. So I also know how to sight read as well as read actual music from my brain, so I can look at it and instantly tell what it is. So that's pretty much who brought me into music. I would say pretty much any artist out there. I listen to a plethora of different kinds of music, and they have all inspired me to make music. I can hear something on the radio or a CD that somebody might be playing, and I'd be like, wow, that sounds really good, so I could probably do that too. And that's what really inspired me to start making music of my own, to kind of tap in to what I do and tap into my heart and pour that out in the studio. I would describe that music that I create as gospel. It's pretty much a genre that is based on the Bible and the Christian experience. And so I write my songs based upon my experiences that God has brought me out of, that He has blessed me, that He has encouraged me, and I tend to pour my heart out when I go into the studio. My creative process is pretty much, I will shut away from everybody and everything, read the Word, get into worship music, and get inspired there. Definitely all of my songs have a biblical message that can be able to help somebody in some way, shape, or form. And so that inspires me to then take that and write it out. I'll just write out words in the form of a poem, and then 2 or 3 days later I could wake up in the middle of the night and have a dream about a melody, and then the next thing you know, I put that together with what is written, and that's how a song is created. He's not a gospel artist, and he's not living either, but if I had the opportunity to, I would definitely want to collaborate with Luther Vandross. I think he is a vocal beast, and he knows how to sing. He has the ability to pull emotion out of the words that he has created through song. So I would definitely love to have a collaboration with him. He is at the top of my list. If he were still living, I would still try to pursue that. Unfortunately, he's not here anymore. If I could open a show for any artist, I would definitely, well, she's not living, but it would be Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston, again, like Luther Vandross, was a vocal beast. She knew how to sing. She could sing you under the bleachers, and she knew how to, she was like a chameleon. She could sing any style of music. She could do opera, she could do gospel, she could do jazz, and I always admire her for that ability. So if I were able to open for anyone, I would definitely want to open for her. Because one, I know that the seats will be filled on time, so then they will see me, and then they will also see her. So that's who I would like to open for. Thank you. Thank you for being a fan. thank you for taking your time out to support me in everything that I'm doing. You don't have to do it. I'm not paying you to do it, but thank you for sowing into what I'm doing and what I'm putting out as ministry. So that's what I would say to my fans. I would probably say the most useless talent that I have is crossing my eyes. I can do that. I can pop my toes back and forth repeatedly, and that's just something that I can do. It's probably not going to get me anywhere or make any money, but I can definitely do that. Yes, I sing in the shower. You could probably ask my parents what I did when I was in the shower. I used to blast music when I was in the shower, and I just sing to anybody that was on the radio. So that could be jazz, that could be R&B, that could be gospel. Let's see, what songs? I think right now, before I got here for this interview, the song that was in the shower was a song by the Clark sisters called Victory. And I was singing that, you know, we declare victory. And that was the song that just was on rotation over and over and over. So yes, I sing in the shower. Well, I'm actually working in human resources. So if it wasn't for a music career right now, then I would just be working in human resources, probably in some form of management. So that's what I'd be doing if I wasn't doing music at this time. I've performed all over the United States, from California to DC, just all over the United States. I would love to perform internationally. I would love to go to Australia or London. There was an opportunity, but unfortunately that fell through. But that's where I have performed. I would probably say the intimate settings are the ones that I really like to perform in. The reason being is because you get to connect with the people. You get to have that personal touch, and you get to actually feel their emotions when you're singing with them better. I don't particularly care for the huge venues because it makes you think, oh my gosh, all these people are looking at me and they're listening to me, and that makes you a little more nervous. But I have heard the opposite, that people actually like the larger venues because they don't have that intimate connection, so it doesn't make them nervous. But for me, I don't like the large ones. Greatly. Of course, when music first started, everyone was going out to get physical copies of things. You know, Super Tuesday at Best Buy or whatever, and you would go and, you know, get your CDs. Now people don't really purchase physical copies of anything anymore. So the internet has changed where everything is digital, and digital sales are totally different than physical sales. So in terms of the money, is definitely different. I would also say it has actually helped a little bit though in getting exposure. So when you want to put yourself out there, you got your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter, you know, you can really reach a great vast number of people than just, let's say, in the early 90s when all you had was a magazine or a newspaper or a TV commercial or being on some show that will put you there as a platform. You can actually reach people without having to do all of that. You can do it yourself. So the internet, I think, has helped and hurt the industry. I think my favorite song to perform would probably be Never Would Have Made It by Marvin Sapp. I think everybody knows that song, especially because it went viral with that Never Would Have Made It challenge. But I really like that one because I think everybody knows that song, and you can actually have a really good interaction with people when you are on the stage singing and they're in the audience, and y'all just completely feel off of each other, and it's a big song that has a huge presence on stage as well as off stage. I would say the best advice that I've been given is sign your own checks. Don't let anybody handle your money. There have been many artists out there who have let their accountants do their money, or people do their taxes, and the next thing you know, they're going to jail because they haven't paid their taxes or because they owe people a lot of money. So, best advice that I've learned is to sign your own checks and watch the money come into your account and leave your account at all times. Don't let anybody else handle that part. The sharing of knowledge. I've learned a lot at being an artist that people don't like to share information. People don't like to share how they got there. People like to be really tight-lipped about things within the industry. Why, I don't know. I mean, we all have different abilities, different singing styles, so there's room for all of us out here. I'm very confused as to why everybody's so tight-lipped. It's like everybody's in a competition when you don't need to be. So if I could change one thing about the industry, I would change the whole being closed off and not sharing information to people. I think it could help all of us in the long run. We all have a space out here to do something. So that's what I would change. Well, I am in the studio working on music, lots of music. I'm in the studio every weekend now, almost, working on a new project and a new album. So I am very excited to be there and work out all the kinks and the process of laying the foundation of lead vocals, background vocals, music. All of that is so much fun for me. So that's where I am right now. I can't wait to share with you. I am so excited to be able to share with you what I've been working on for so long, because for a while I've always been tagged to other people, singing with groups, but now I'm doing something for myself. So you really get a chance to see who Chris Cooper is as a single gospel artist.